All right, we're going to talk about our metrics. So we do metrics Monday in the group every week, and I think it's great. It keeps us on track. It lets us know what our returns are and what our, um, any seller issues we might have. So it's good to keep an eye on them. But if you haven't tuned into our Monday metrics and us doing it every Monday, let's go ahead and check this out together now. And I'll tell you what we should be reviewing on at least a weekly basis, in my opinion. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through the metrics that we should be tracking. So go to eBay here. Very first screen that we can check out, go to our seller hub right here. And then let's go to over here on orders. We can either do on the left-hand navigation or just scroll down and go to returns and check out to see what kind of returns we have open. Basically, in this screen, we just need to be aware of it. We need to know what's going on, make sure that there's nothing we need to be doing. This one was said there was a missing rhinestone, and there absolutely was, and it said so in the description, but I absolutely take free returns for any reason. So happy to take this return. I'm just waiting for her for me to get that back. Over here, requests and disputes. These are cases that we have open against us, so we just need to be aware of them. Oftentimes they'll be under status. We'll have to respond by a certain day or date. Make sure this box doesn't turn red. We want to be responding in a timely manner. If I asked you to update tracking and it is still tracking, like within the last 10 days, you have to go in and update tracking. Even though eBay knows the tracking number, you still have to do that step. So don't miss that step. Here, I can see that I don't have to worry about it. This is under seller protection, so they're going to take care of this for me, and it will go away when it is settled. So next, this is very easy. It doesn't take very long at all, but it's something that's really important. Go to performance and seller level. So we want to check it out here. Hopefully we have all top rated green boxes. If not, you can pull down any of these boxes and it will tell you what's going on or what's happening or how we can make it better. Right now we have till December 20th, depending on if you're on the 3-month cycle or the year to make this better. But I do think everybody gets reevaluated once a month. Here's our next time is January 20th. So it's quite a ways away. And scroll down here, we should have a 0 on transaction defect rates. If you are getting transaction defect rates, it can kill your store. We need to make sure what's going on. So you can also pull down this little box here and hit get full report if you need to know what these are on. This right here will tell you the transaction period. The transaction period will either be a 3-month period or a year. So just a few can drag you down. You only get the 0.5 or less for top rated, and then you're above standard, and then you got to claw your way back up. So the transactions you cancel for being out of stock go here, and cases closed without seller resolution go here. So we need to be really careful and not be getting those. Late shipment rates right here, you can pull down, and then I could pull up and get the full report on exactly what those were. If you have any that were for, any reason that was you believe you can fight with eBay, you can go and you can do that on request defect removal for these. This one was my fault. I had him out. The mailman didn't come. I wasn't home. Completely my fault. So I just need to keep an eye on that. They give you quite a leeway on those though, 3% or less. So I will be okay. Here's cases closed without seller resolution. We want this to be 0. Again, we can check it out. Tells you your transaction period. You can see the cases. So we want to keep that at 0. Tracking uploaded on time and validated, that came from that group that didn't get picked up. Again, that was completely my fault. And return rates, we'll look at the next step here. So then we can go up here, go back to your seller hub, and we can go to service metrics. These are your returns. So make sure that you're checking each category that you are selling in and the current rate, which this one's through November. And then you can also go to projected rate, which this will get us through December. So that's the one I'm worried about. I can't do anything about November, but I can look at what's happening for right now. If you sell in different categories, make sure you pull them down and look at each category because it is category dependent. Over here, you need to have, if you get in the very high category in any of them, they will assess you, I believe it is 6% penalty. So we do not want to be in that very high category, but you do also have to have at least on 10 transactions. So if you're only on 5 transactions, but in very high, they will readjust your rate. They will also readjust your level if you are under 1% still. So if you're a high volume seller, they give you that leeway. So you have to be above 1% in your defects, or they will keep readjusting you to average. I am down here, so I'm feeling pretty good about this period for returns. And they do compare you against people in your niche and like sellers. So they just say against your peers. So who knows what that means for sure, but we just need to keep a really close eye on these. And I believe that is all this what we do for Monday metrics. And then I would also check your feedback every Monday. If you don't keep a close eye on your feedback, make sure that we're checking it out and seeing if there's any negatives we need to deal with, any neutrals we need to deal with, and deal with those responsibly. So thank you very much, and join Reseller Revenue's Facebook group. It is free until, let's see, the 3rd. The 3rd is when I'm going to remove any non-paying members from the Facebook group and Patreon. So get on Patreon, check out all of our free videos that we've recorded, and hopefully you'll find out that you don't want to go without it. Thank you so much.